Chelsea fans, we've had some breaking news regarding Michael Olise to Chelsea. David Ornstein has just reported that Chelsea withdraw from the race to sign Crystal Palace winger Michael Olise. Chelsea held talks with Crystal Palace for the 22-year-old, but felt finances involved beyond reach. Instead, planned to reward existing players and new recruits, expected to add 2 attackers. Fabrizio Romano then backed this up by reporting Chelsea have decided to leave the race for Michael Olise after Palace offering him a new deal with high financial requests. Chelsea decided to withdraw. Deal currently off, as David Ornstein called. Bayern and Newcastle are also speaking to Olise. Man United remain keen. But David Ornstein goes on to report that Michael Olise has chosen to join Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich among 3 clubs, including Chelsea and Newcastle, to contact Crystal Palace last week and now expected to agree a deal with Crystal Palace for the 22-year-old winger whose contract includes a release clause. This is so frustrating. Chelsea were in the lead to sign Michael Olise for the longest time. We were even talking to Olise last year when Palace made him sign a new contract to raise that release clause. Cool, no problem. We've monitored him. We've then come in and a completely different approach. We've made sure we've got every single fine detail correct to make Crystal Palace happy. And then we decide that his wages are too much. We know how good Michael Olise is. If you want an elite level player, you're going to have to pay elite level wages. Now, I know the club have introduced a new wage structure, which I totally agree with. It's more loyalty and performance based incentives that raise as you get better as a player and the longer you stay at the club. But if you really want to bring in elite talent, you're going to have to break the mold and give them the higher wages that they're asking. This Operation Olise went on way too long and it was a clear failure because we refused to pay the wages, and now Bayern Munich have signed themselves an incredibly elite talent because they're willing to pay the wages. It's so frustrating. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love having a conversation with you guys, and if you are new around here, make sure you hit that follow button.
It is Ornstein, it is a bomber. Ornstein has come out and said Michael Olise has chosen to join Bayern Munich. FC Bayern among 3 clubs to contact Crystal Palace alongside Chelsea and Newcastle, and it is now expected that they will agree a deal with Crystal Palace for the 22-year-old winger. 20 minutes earlier, Ornstein had said Chelsea have withdrawn from the race to sign Crystal Palace winger Michael Olise. Chelsea held talks with Crystal Palace over the 22-year-old, but felt that the finances involved would be on their reach and instead planned to reward existing players and new recruits. Ornstein is the GOAT. What a move this is for Olise. Absolutely fantastic move for Olise to go to Bayern Munich. He is, the world's at his feet at that point, and I really do think that he could have gone to Chelsea, where he'd have been battling it out. He could have gone to Newcastle, but he's going to one of the biggest clubs in the world. Has a real opportunity to stamp his authority on that team, and that has just come out of nowhere. That has absolutely come out of nowhere. And do you know what Ornstein will do now? He'll dip. Not another 15 follow-up tweets about it. He'll be ready for the next one.
Michael Olise will not be joining Chelsea this summer, as he is set to sign for Bayern Munich. Breaking news, Michael Olise has chosen to join Bayern Munich. 22-year-old has been in interest of a number of clubs, of course, many Premier League teams, including Chelsea. Bayern are now expected to agree a deal with Palace for the player. Now, the reason for this is apparently Chelsea were not interested in paying the higher wages that he was expecting. Of course, Chelsea are trying to lower that wage bill, especially for younger players. They've been trying to implement that system where they start on a low wage, and then as they progress, they get to that higher wage. And Olise wanted to be on that sort of really high wage from the start, which, of course, Chelsea just were not going to agree to. Michael Olise, he apparently wanted to be the highest paid player at Chelsea. He wanted to overtake Sterling's wage, and I'm pretty sure Sterling's on over 300k a week. Olise's not worth 300k a week. He's a fantastic footballer, right? But if we were paying him over 300k a week, that'd be absolutely ridiculous. Chelsea were ultimately trying to cut down the wage bill and felt he was out of their price range. So he looks set to join Bayern Munich, and fair play, he's going to go out and play with Harry Kane, and you'd expect him to win trophies. It's a shame, because I think he would have been a really good signing for Chelsea, but I think he's just sort of personally priced himself out of that bracket. I mean, let's be honest, we were never going to make him our highest paid player. As amazing as Olise is, and as much as I wanted to sign him, to make him our highest paid player, I think that would have been a mistake. I think dropping out of this deal, if he wants to be that much money, and let him go to Bayern, I genuinely don't think that's a bad move.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all thought that Michael Olise was heading to Chelsea, but you know what he said? You're going to have to pay me top dollar to go to Chelsea. David Ornstein to go. Man just comes out of nowhere and just slaps it on the table. Chelsea have withdrawn for the race of Crystal Palace's Michael Olise, and he will not be joining Chelsea Football Club. In fact, he's already agreed personal terms with Bayern Munich. It is reported that he's decided to join Bayern Munich over the likes of Chelsea and Newcastle because of Champions League football. And let's be honest, you're all choosing Bayern Munich over Chelsea. And the confirmation came from this gentleman himself. Might I further add that Chelsea are not paying the money required for Michael Olise, and this has been confirmed. They don't want to be in a saga, blah, 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 blah. Long story short. Well, now that Olise is destined to go to Bayern Munich, it looks like Chelsea are just going to end up going for another teenager from Brazil. I absolutely love this. Sorry, Chelsea fans, but you guys are absolutely run like a mess at this moment in time. You can't get players over the line because your ownership doesn't want to pay the wages that needed for that player, but you're willing to pay ridiculous transfer fees for players in the past. You don't want to do that anymore. You also don't want to sign players over the age of 25, apparently. And when you have a quality player like Olise in front of you, you can't attract him because Chelsea's not in the Champions League, and also you're not willing to pay the wages that is necessary. It's kind of funny.
Breaking news, Michael Olise is not signing for Chelsea.
Lads, I have trained well. So, breaking news coming out from David Ornstein. Michael Olise, she's delighted. Michael Olise, Chelsea have pulled out of the deal. Too much money, blah, blah, blah. Is this going to open the door for United? I don't know.
To say that.
I know you did, but sure, look, I'm saying it. Look, we know we need a right winger. Is it priority? No. But now that Chelsea are gone, who else is involved? No one, by the sounds of it. Are United going to get him? Should we go for him? Let me know in the comment section below. Say see you on the next one.
See you on the next one.
Olise deal is off. Who should Chelsea sign now that Michael Olise is out the picture? Reports coming out in quick succession that Chelsea have pulled out of the race to sign Michael Olise from Crystal Palace due to financial reasons. And subsequent reports saying that the player has chosen Bayern Munich. A deal is close to being struck, as they have cited that Champions League is one of the main reasons that Olise is looking for that move over clubs like Chelsea, Newcastle and United. And you can't blame the ambition of the player. He's a player that should be playing at the top level. He has outgrown Crystal Palace. You know, they are a mid-table team. They haven't really done anything in terms of ambition in the Premier League recently. And Michael Olise is a cut above the rest. In terms of a lot of attackers in the Premier League, he is definitely up there. And if he does go to Bayern, it's going to be great to see him playing his trade at the top level next season in the Champions League, where he should be as a player. And while it would be disappointing not to secure a player that I would have loved to see in this Chelsea side, there are plenty more talents out there. And luckily, right wing is a position that we are blessed to be stacked in as is. I don't doubt that there will still be a couple of attacking additions to this Chelsea side this year. Who do you want to join Chelsea now that Olise is out of the picture?
Last season, Chelsea tried to sign Michael Olise, but unfortunately it didn't work out, which is we ended up signing Kopoma. Now is one of the best winger or 10 position, you know. We know how many goals are the assist this guy Kopoma gave to Chelsea last season, which is almost 30 something goals and assists. You understand? So now this season, safety is still pretty safe for Michael Olise turning Chelsea down. You know, I believe if you still have that same mentality, say normally we don't need Olise again, let's go for second option. So that second option can bring another good things, like another good example like Kopoma into the team, you know. So now Olise choose Bayern Munich over Chelsea and over the rest club in England, you know, in Premier League. So this is David Austin tweet exclusive. Michael Olise has choose to join Bayern Munich. FC Bayern Munich among 3 clubs plus Chelsea, Newcastle to contact Crystal Palace last week, and now expect to agree a deal with Crystal Palace for 22 years old winger, whose contract includes release clash. Normally, Olise want Chelsea to, as he want Chelsea pay him 350k a week. For what? What are you playing? Like, how many trophies have you won for your career? You are just playing for Crystal Palace that is not even passing the 10th position. Now you want us to pay you how much? 250k, 350k per week? What are you going to offer? You are not even more than Kopoma. You are not more than Mikalo. A little bit. Man, this is shit. Seriously, I'm happy. Me, I don't even need you. Just to just go for another option. We have a lot. We have William. A lot. Talent. Yeah, let me know in the comment section. Thank you.